In this episode of Retro Gaming Night, we play
Resident Evil 2.
This is casually hardcore.
Place the game closing. Game news.
And casually hardcore.
Press start.
Hi guys, this is Neil from Casually Hardcore. We've got another little retro review here, and it's a Resident Evil 2. A Capcom game high in the success of Resident Evil 1, which came out on the PlayStation 1. They hit back instantly with Resident Evil 2. Many refer to it actually as Resident Evil 2.5 because the game was scrapped at some point, completely scrapped, and then turned into what we see as Resident Evil 2 today. Basically, the plot of Resident Evil 2 is a carry on from Resident Evil 1. It also has the same static cameras, the same tense atmosphere. Despite the fact that in Resident Evil 2, which you'll see now during this intro, the city itself of Raccoon City is chaos. It's kicking off, there's zombies everywhere, monsters everywhere, the general population are infected, and you play the game as either Leon Kennedy, a rookie cop on a unfortunately unsuccessful first day on his feet, or Claire Redfield, which is the sister of the Chris Redfield character from the first game, who's come to find her poor brother who's going through more zombies than he ever has before. Basically what happened is after Resident Evil 1, spoilers obviously, after Resident Evil 1 the surviving STARS members go back and try and get support for what happened at the mansion incident. Nobody's listening to them, nobody cares, it gets swept under the rug by the fourth authorities, and unfortunately they don't quite get the support they need and everyone ignores them. So they run off to try and fight Umbrella and find all the problems that are going on, and the rat population, coupled with some more story revelations happening in Resident Evil 2, means the virus comes into Raccoon City and devastates the general population. So the intro is playing here, and you've already seen that somebody bit someone being crazy. Maybe he was a zombie. And obviously zombies here are infested everywhere. There's early hints, Leon's investigating a dead body here. We'll skip this intro and get straight into the game. Resident Evil 1 was a very claustrophobic game in this spooky mansion. You fought maybe 2 zombies at once, a hunter, a few dogs at once. It was usually just one enemy at once. Resident Evil 2 opens with a bang. You instantly got a zombie to your right, another one stands up, run forward, there's another 2. We're going to run past these zombies here. 5 zombies. 6, everyone get past them. Nibble. Run down here. 7, shoot this guy. So instantly, 8, there's another one, and they're all coming up behind me. Instantly, if you play Resident Evil 1, this game would open with a ginormous bang to you. It's totally different than Resident Evil 1 in the amount of enemies and the action that goes on, but a little later you're into the police department, which is where Leon was working, and that has that very somber, calm, claustrophobic gameplay that Resident Evil 1 had. It had, obviously, puzzles, keys, elaborate antiques. Whoever made these mansions, clearly very rich, clearly a bit mental at the same time. And Resident Evil 2 carries it on. It is an absolute classic. It stands the test of time. Many people consider this to be the best Resident Evil. Obviously, everyone has their own arguments there. I personally prefer Resident Evil 1 to this because of the STARS members. But Resident Evil 2 is very strong in people's hearts, and everyone is obsessed with the idea of making a Resident Evil 2 remake. And for those who have played more the newer Resident Evils, Leon Kennedy there, who is an annoying, foppish, moronic, irritating idiot in this game with Ada, no! And Ada Wong will know from Resident Evil 4 that this is obviously the beginnings of his story. Oh, poor Shotgun Bob here being annihilated by some zombies. But the game carries on from Resident Evil 1. It's a brilliant story, some brilliant gameplay. It will blow away some zombies for you here. I can find the shotgun. Resident Evil 2 also had a brilliant idea of bringing in the alternate storyline. So if you play Resident Evil 1, you play as Chris, or you play as Jill, and you play a story that features Chris or Jill. You couldn't really say which one was canon. But Resident Evil 2 means that whoever you play as, there was an option to play the game again as the second character who you didn't use in alternate storylines. So for example, we see Leon here runs into the police station via this gun shop and via these alleyways. If you play as Claire, same thing happens, but you could play as an alternate storyline that showed while Leon or while Claire were doing this, it showed what they were doing in other places, which I think was a brilliant idea, and a shame they couldn't implement that into Resident Evil to begin with, because it was a really, really clever idea to say that, hey, just because you're choosing the character doesn't mean that the other character is being left on an alternate storyline. Also, Resident Evil 2 had zombies that got dismembered, as you normal, and also their legs fell off in this one. So you could aim a shotgun at a zombie's chest, his legs would keep walking, zombie Dave, we'll call him, keeps crawling up to you and tries to bite you, which was nice. Obviously added to the horror, added to the zombie element as well, added some new monsters such as lickers. There was more baddies, there was more story. It built on the story of Raccoon City as a city, and it also built on the Umbrella franchise as well. It's got everything that a classic Resident Evil has. It is an excellent, excellent addition to the series as well. Boom! And as you can see, it's always fun blowing away zombies. So if you enjoyed Resident Evil 1, or maybe if you enjoyed Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 5, or if you were a mental person and enjoyed Resident Evil 6, and you obviously go, hey, I'd like to play the older games and see where it all started, Resident Evil 2 is a great place to start, and you don't need to play Resident Evil 1, but you don't need to play Resident Evil 1, but I would recommend it. But Resident Evil 2 is absolutely fantastic. So if you've enjoyed this, obviously like, subscribe, go shoot some zombies yourself, go pick up Resident Evil 1, go pick up Resident Evil 2. Both games can be found on the GameCube, which I'm playing right now. But obviously you can find them on the PlayStation Store also, and obviously you can put them into your PS3 using PlayStation 1 discs also. So this has been Neil from Casually Hardcore. This has been another retro review, and yet again, for your pleasure, I'm being eaten by zombies.
Did you enjoy that video? Then hit that like button. Why not subscribe as well and get the latest videos, news and competitions? Don't forget to check out casuallyhardcore.com, where you can buy hundreds of video game shirts and geek clothing, or make your own shirts with worldwide shipping also available. Until next time, stay casually hardcore.